Try to get it done quick, Jay.
Next time, Buster.
You said it.
Wow. When there's Jarrett, now that you guys are finally officially clinched, how does that feel?
It feels good. All of our hard work over these past couple of years is finally paying off. We finally reached this milestone, and now it's time to push forward to try to get a better seed.
Coach was saying we ain't done yet. Was that kind of been the message, and do you feel that throughout your guys' roster?
Absolutely, but I think we're able to take a moment to celebrate. You know, this is definitely a big thing for the Cavaliers and for all of us. You know, not everybody has made it to the playoffs, so we're taking a moment of celebration. But tomorrow, it's time to get back to work.
Chris
Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Jarrett.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
You're probably a little bit better than I am, actually. So the last time this franchise clinched a playoff spot without LeBron was in 1998. You were a newborn baby at the time.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Do you understand the magnitude of that and what that means?
Right. I can't say I understand the magnitude of it for the city of Cleveland, but I know that's an outstanding achievement for what we did. Honestly, I didn't grow up here. You know, I'm not rooting for every Cleveland team, but I can understand why people would be happy, and this is a big moment.
And then for you guys, JB was talking about there is something bigger in play. How does it feel to know that you have a real shot at this thing?
Right. It feels good. I feel like we figured that from the beginning of the year, but this is partly of the part of the validation that we do have a shot at it, and this is just the next step to finally play more games. Our season officially added at least another 7 games. Until we win the next series, then it keeps going on.
Thank you.
No problem.
Kelsey.
Kelsey, The Athletic, building off of that, thinking about last season and you guys losing in the play-in tournament, then kind of a year later. What does it mean to see the progress that you guys have took just in this 1 year?
Right.
And I know obviously adding Donovan plays a factor in that, but what you guys did as a team to get to this point?
Right. I feel like we all taken a step forward, whether it's Evan, Darius, even, Lamar, and especially Isaac. And there's a multitude of guys that I haven't even said took a huge leap. It just shows the player development that we've done, the maturity of us growing up, and just us growing together as a team, the camaraderie, the chemistry, it's all putting together.
And since you've been here and you've kind of seen the past couple of years of how things have gone, I don't know if it was this year or not, but was there a point where you kind of noticed, like, okay, you kind of saw the vision of where this could go?
That's a tough question because I say something, but I'm gonna be honest. At the beginning of, I guess, last year, the first year I got traded here, it was rough. It was. Didn't have much to play for towards the end of the season, and then traded for Lowry, and then just a lot of things were getting put into place. Kobe in the front office did a good job to help motivate us so that we know we have more to play for. And then that year went on and didn't end it how we wanted to. The saying, we left a lot on the table. How many times you heard that? But finally this year, we finally are, taking everything off the table.
Ashley Bass at Cleveland.com. Jarrett, to kind of ask about a couple of plays that you had and then Evan had. You with the crazy block in the second half, and then Evan with the sequence where he gets 3 offensive boards and the dunk. Do you kind of hope that that's like a preview for what you guys can bring in terms of being able to swing a playoff game?
I hope so. That's the game-deciding moments right there. Evan getting those 3 offensive rebounds and then getting the putback dunk. That's huge. That was a momentum shift. And my block, I tried to do the same. I couldn't match the level of what Evan did, but I hope I got close. But just moments like those get the crowd into it, and that's what playoffs are all about.
I think you got more than close. But JB talked about, too, that you guys kind of feed off each other. I just kind of want to hear that in your own words. As a team, when one guy does something good or makes a crazy play, does that make everyone else kind of want to hop on that bandwagon?
Absolutely. If somebody makes a huge play, it gets the next person. If Don hits a huge 3, it's like, oh, I want to get a big dunk, my next one. If I get the big dunk, then maybe somebody on the bench is going to cheer more. It trickles down all the way to the base of our team, and everybody gets into it.
Yeah.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. You mentioned that it wasn't a whole lot of fun when you first got traded for, and there wasn't a lot to play for at the end
I
of
didn't
that
say it was
season.
not a lot of fun. I just said, but I get what you're saying.
Does coming into this place in that situation make today sweeter?
It does, because it was a journey. It's a journey, and while it was still fun, but I get what you're saying. It was a lot of things that weren't going our way. Not playing for anything at the end of the year, looking forward to the summer. I think we all went through that. And probably even you guys went through it. But it was, and then now next year after that, we lost in the play-in game, and now we're finally here. It just means a lot for the journey.
And you've spent a lot of time playing with Karras throughout your career, obviously in Brooklyn and here.
Right.
Do you think that he's playing the best basketball of his career?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I know he had a dip beginning in the season. I still think he's trying to get back to where he was. I know if we ask him, he's still not to the peak, because he's still making some mistakes that I know the Karras I know wouldn't usually make. And he's still finding that rhythm, coming off the injury, trying to find his space in this team, and just figuring out the game again.
Daryl Reiger, 92-35. Jarrett, back to that, first couple months being here in Cleveland.
Right.
At what point, though, did you see the vision crystallize into reality? That,
Right.
you were brought in here with a purpose as one of the cornerstones, but
Right.
at what point did you say, all right, we're going to get there?
Towards the beginning of last year, we, as Lowry, K-Love, I know they're not here anymore, but they were huge building blocks to what we're doing today. The big man lineup, it kind of propelled us forward to understand that we can do it. We can be one of those top teams. We can be a playoff contending team, and go all the way. I'd say middle of last year. That's my answer. Yeah.
And it's not often in the NBA do coaches who are tasked with developing young teams, they get an opportunity to really kind of see it through. And JB's getting that here. Just what has he meant to you and to this team?
JB deserves all the praise that he can get. He took this team when it, like we've been talking about, when it wasn't a lot going on for us, and he stuck with us through good and bad. He's never let us get too high, never let us get too low. He understood that this is going to be a process for this young team. We're going to make our mistakes. We're not going to accomplish the goals that we want, but we know that in the future it's all going to help lead us to where we want to be. JB's just been astounding with his time here, and I'm happy to have him as a coach.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. So we kind of touched upon you first getting here, so I'm just going to keep going with the theme.
Come on.
What did it take for this team to grow to get to this point?
Confidence that we can do it. I think that's a big thing in this league. Confidence that you can play with the top teams. Confidence that you can beat the teams and make it to the playoffs. There's a lot of, that's bad to say, but I'm saying anyway. There's a lot of teams that don't have the confidence, but every team has very talented guys that can be one of those top players. That's what I believe. Every team has talented players. It's just playing as a team, understanding that you can do it together.
It's going around for Jay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. We made it.